All right, so let me try to wrap things up and say just a little bit more about understanding your audience, because having an understanding of your audience will have a profound effect on your ability to give a good speech. First of all, you need to be able to phrase your topic in such a way that your audience will not be turned off by it or will not tune it out automatically upon hearing the topic. Secondly, you need to resist the urge to concentrate exclusively on what you want to say. Spend more time trying to understand what the audience needs to hear, because if you'll get in that vein, you'll get their attention and hold it, and you'll get your point across. Convince audience members early in your presentation that you are about to communicate something to them that will solve a problem they have, or will help them reach their goals, or will in some way enrich their lives. Give them a reason to listen to you, and they'll listen. Use your creative powers. All of us are creative. All of us have creative abilities. Use those abilities to encourage your listeners to care about your subject. Maybe you tell a story. Maybe you share something personal. Whatever it is, be creative, but get their emotion involved in what you're talking about. Build on whatever common ground exists between you and your audience. Make a personal connection with them. Get on the same level as them. Make sure that you tie them to you personally, because they're more likely to listen to you and to remember what you're saying if you'll make that personal connection to them. Always refer to areas of that you agree on, areas of agreement, before you begin to speak about areas of disagreement. If your speech is persuasive, and if you are trying to get your audience to adopt a different viewpoint, first you need to find common ground. Establish some common ground with them, some areas where you agree, before you start addressing the areas where you don't agree. Another thing you can do is demonstrate that you respect your listeners. If they get the sense that you think you're superior to them, if they get the sense that you think you're better than them, that you're talking down to them, the chances are they'll turn you off and they won't listen to a word you have to say. But if you can communicate to them in a way that causes them to believe that you respect them, they'll listen to you. And finally, hear and see yourself in the speaking environment through the eyes of the audience. Put yourself in their place. Consider what you would be willing to give your attention to if you were in their place, and then shape your message along those lines. All of these things will make you a better public speaker. All of these things will help you. And you can't compromise your values. You can't compromise your message. I'm not telling you that if they don't want to hear the gospel, then you don't need to preach the gospel. But I am telling you that you can find common ground with them. You can build interest with them. You can get their attention. You can draw them in by the choices you make in the way you present your speech, the stories you use, the things you say, and the way you say it. So be conscientious. Speaking is about more than just talking. It's about more than just sharing what you know. It's about sharing what you know in such a way as your audience will grasp it, retain it, remember it, and it will change their life. That's what you're doing when you're speaking in public. You're trying to touch somebody. You're trying to change a life. And remember, we can do this. You can do this. I can do this, because we can do all things through Christ Jesus. All right, so that wraps things up. I hope you have a great week this week, and I'll see you next week, same time, same place. If you see me tomorrow on campus, be sure and come up and introduce yourself. I'd love to put a face with a name. God bless you.